very much. And good morning again, everyone. The name is Bubbles. Bubbles, born and raised in South Africa. And when I was a little boy, I grew up, and whilst growing up, my neighbors, my friends, my relatives used to call me Bubbles Troubles. And true to the fact that I used to get involved in lots of trouble. And later I realized, full of energy, what is going on? Even as an adult, I grew up via schools, colleges, universities, still getting involved. And I started working, got into business, and I found that there's so much of corruption. And then I started searching. I've started searching for the truth, and I went to every religious denominations, but cannot find what I was looking for. Finally, I stepped to the Brahma Kumaris through a religious organization, and I found that the Brahma Kumaris give this knowledge where we can have self-realization and also God realization. And this is what I was looking for. And I soon realized that the Brahma Kumaris is not created by a man, it's created by the Creator himself. But still, after doing the course, I was scheduled to leave to Australia. And I'm in Australia for 16 years, also in this Guyana for 16 years. Then it was like leaving South Africa to find God. So anyway, I stopped all impure activities. And I had one extra day in Johannesburg. So the sister in the center put in the book, Spiritual Powers of the Soul, and a point of light picture of Shiv Baba. So what I did, this one day I spent in Johannesburg, from Durban to Johannesburg, then from Johannesburg to Sydney. Yeah? This one whole day, I did not go outside, no drinks, no impure food, nothing. I put the point of light picture in the front of my bed, and I sat whole day chatting with God. Yeah, but I didn't still realize, what will happen, how the chat should go. But anyway, I kept chatting, but I knew God was bodiless, was not a human form. And when I saw this light, it recognized me, that it gave me recognition that God is light. And I used to look at the sun when I was a little boy, So it so happened that as I was chatting, I could see the halo of light around the picture. This greenish, yellowish light. And I said, wow, God is chatting back with me. So I got very happy. When I boarded the plane, I said to the air hostess, no drinks, no meat, just vegetarian food. Yeah. And I was reading this book about the spiritual powers of the soul. And then flying high up, I'm still chatting with God, saying to God that I'm very close to you and I want to have an experience. I want to know who you are. And as I land into Sydney, my friend, he invites me home. He says, Bubbles, wow, welcome. It's Saturday night. We are going out. And tell me, where you want to go? There's Greeks, Italian, all race groups. You tell me what you want. I said, no. I've come on one mission to go to the Brahma Kumaris here in Australia. And I will get up 3 a.m. in the morning and have a shower and make sure I'm there on time. And he said, no. If you don't come, I'm not going to give you a lift, because he'll be coming home around 3 o'clock. And as he said, so it happened. So I was very hard and fast to find this Brahma Kumaris. So what I did, he entered, I started leaving, and I took a walk to the train station. And first time in Australia, I entered a train station not knowing how to take this train. I went to the ticket machine. The ticket machine was closed. And I said to myself, oh God, what do I do? I had this signal to take a chance. So I took a chance. First time in a train in Sydney without paying my fare. Anyway, when I got off the train, I went straight to the ticket examiner and the security where the police officer was. And I said to them, there was no machine and I couldn't buy a ticket. The ticket machine was closed at 4 a.m. in the morning. So in any event, he went online to check if the machine was really not working or not. So he said to me, since you spoke the truth, you go free. Yeah. So I went out of the train station, went down to the stairs. I see a taxi waiting, and he was a Sikh brother with a turban. He asked me where I'm going. I said to the Brahma Kumaris. He said, okay, don't worry, I know where that is. Anyway, he took me there, and as I tried to get off the taxi, I gave him $10. He said, no, you Brahma Kumaris, free for you. So anyway, I made it on the dot, 6:30, where everyone was waiting. They were expecting me coming from South Africa. And it was the first time I had to speak in front of about 150 people. And I was very, very shy. So in any event, I gave my introduction and everyone welcomed me. And I could see first time white people, white body souls sitting in the Brahma Kumaris meditating. And it really inspired. So in any event, that week, Brother Charlie, the director of the Brahma Kumaris Australia, said to me, I have to join the international retreat that's coming up in the weekend. Hey, excuse me. I said, no. What is a retreat all about? I'm very, very shy. So he kept phoning me every day. Bubbles, you have to join this retreat. And I said, no. So finally, on Thursday, because the retreat starts on Friday, he said to me, if you don't join this international retreat, you're not a Brahmin. I said, whoa. Then I said, okay, I'm coming. Anyway, I packed my bags. I went up to the retreat. And, as usual, a retreat, we give our introduction and everything. And everyone came there with some sort of problem, separated problem, relationship problem, some other problem. But when it came to my turn, they asked me, why am I here? And I said, I am a trainee angel. And straight after this, there was a course all about angels. And to my surprise and astonishment, I said, wow, this is very, very strange, So they taught us how to dance like an angel, how to eat like an angel, how to talk like an angel. I said, oh God, this is something very unique, I kept chatting with God, but lots of friends wanted to come to my room, chat with me, talk to me. This was a weekend retreat, from Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We leave after lunch on a Sunday. It so happened that I tried to stay introverted. I didn't want to take my energy to anyone or anything. I just wanted to stay with God, as if I've come to meet God. So it so happened on the last day, the Sunday, I had to leave because I had to start a new job on Monday. I had to leave early. And Dr. Nirmala Didi was giving the final drishti. And I won't forget this album. It comes from Jago. It's an instrumental. I'm sitting right in front of her and I'm chatting with God. And next thing I see, Didi's face turns into Brahma Baba. Exactly, Brahma Baba is white mustache and everything. I said, wow, am I dreaming? Am I imagining? I'm talking to God. Why is this man coming? Then I hit the pause. I come out of meditation, I see Didi. Then I go back into meditation, I'm chatting with God again, and I see this man come. And I said, wow, I'm talking to God. Why is this man coming in front of me? I couldn't understand anything. Then I hit the pause again. I'm testing, I'm experimenting whilst I'm doing this meditation. I see Didi. I go back into final meditation. Then I see Didi's old chair, the whole stage lights up in gold. You know, like the chair is a throne. And the whole stage, the whole frame, Baba's frame, everything lights up in gold, like the golden age. Then I say, wow, this is amazing. So after that, they asked me to share my experience. And I shared the experience, and I had to start my new job, which is 500 kilometers away. So the next morning, I took the car to the main center. It was a second-hand car, but I needed this car to drive to this job. So what happened? I took the car for blessing early in the morning. So Brother Charlie, Didi Nirmala blessed this car, and I started driving. Now, before I start this job, before on the interview day, this was an egg grading plant. I was a technical manager for this plant. Now, I said to them, if you don't show me where these chicks are, I will leave this job, because they didn't want to show me on my interview day. In any event, I started this Monday. And I said, first thing, show me how these eggs are coming out, because they told me 850,000 birds laying 850,000 eggs a day. Yeah, and this is an egg grading plant. And all the technical stuff, the egg grading, the blood detection, the crack detection, all this monitoring of these eggs, the weight and all this, the technical staff will maintain this, but I will oversee the whole plant. So they took me up to where the chicks are. Now, when I entered there, everything is in total darkness. And it was a very small area where each chicken sits. Underneath, there's a conveyor. They do not move. Everything is in their food. It comes through the conveyor. They eat, they shit, they drink, same place. Everything moves from the conveyor. Then I realized, wow, the yolk of the egg, they make it extra yellow by putting coloring and beta carotene inside the feed. Then I come back down and I see, wow, these boxes, free range egg, they're putting the normal eggs inside the free range boxes. Then I said, wow, God, this is corruption. I do not want to be here. But before I went up, I have to go through quarantine, take out my clothing, walk through like a bath, water, and put on their own special clothing to go and visit these chicks. So I said to God, I don't like what I see. I want a signal from you now. And because I cannot be responsible for 850,000 souls laying 850,000 eggs, and which means another new 850,000 souls. Because one day, I read in a Murli, where Shiv Baba says, the little tiny red dot in an egg is where the soul resides. And I remembered all this at this time. And as I walked down from this hatchery, I said to God, give me a single signal now. And as I cross the bath and I see my pants and my clothing, I see Lakshmi and Narayan keyring. And then I said, wow, who put this keyring here? Lakshmi and Narayan. I said, this is my signal. Then I ring straight away to the main center. And I asked them at the center, who put this keyring on my bunch of keys? And then they said, Nirmala Didi put this keyring. So I took this as a cue and I went straight to the office. I put my resignation in and I drove back down to Sydney. The next job I found was an electrical engineer up in a mining town, which was 3,000 kilometers away. Very impure environment. So after the recession, I came back down home, and the first Murli I have read, because there was no Murlis there. The first Murli I read from Shiv Baba says, I am bodiless. How can I do this task? I have no body, but I have to take a body on loan. And it so happens, Shiv Baba says, I take this ordinary body on loan. But to me, that is not an ordinary body, because Shiv Baba says he takes the body of the number one soul of this whole universe in his last and final birth. And who's the number one soul? Is the Krishna soul. So the Krishna soul is in his last and final birth in the body of Brahma. So God has to take this body to make him back into that number one prince of heaven. And he was not alone. This is the whole kingdom. So the Brahma Kumaris is the whole kingdom that will be with Radha and Krishna in the golden age. So ever since, I never stopped reading a single Murli. I read the Murlis 2 weeks in advance. And this is why I print it, I read it, and I jot every point down. And this is where I take my journey from to make all the lectures. So, any questions?
Yes, anyone would like to ask anything? He's there to share his views. He will enlighten us. Any one of you?
There was another miracle. After I came back, back down, I had to go to South Africa. And God says, whenever in difficulty, make him your companion. Yeah. And my friend lent me a car. In South Africa, if it's a high-risk car, they'll hijack you. Yeah, they'll shoot you, plus they'll take the car away. And no mercy, they'll shoot you dead. Yeah. So it so happened, I was driving with my friend. And this friend, I know him for quite a while, but he's a very mischievous person. And I asked him, we need to take the shortcut because I've got an appointment. Is this road safe? And I know this area was very notorious for hijacking. And it so happened, he said, it's okay, just keep going. Then I said, oh God, I'm going with you. Because I cannot trust him, because I haven't met him for a couple of years now. Anyway, we both, I was driving, we went. And as we entered this notorious intersection, a bullet came straight for me. Yeah. This bullet, I witnessed this bullet ricochet in the windscreen and lose its power, and it ricocheted in the direction of my friend. And he was dumbfounded. He was totally silent. After 5 minutes, he asked me, did you see what I saw? I said, of course, yes. Because you are so foolish that you made me go in this direction. But do you know who helped us? It's that one, God Almighty, authority. And he was really shocked because he never believed in God at that time. And then I started to explain to him. So first time I had this experience. And in South Africa, I used to carry a gun. 16 rounds here, 16 here, 16 here, because I was a contractor, ready to declare war. Yeah. But many opportunities I had to shoot and shoot to kill, because we trained to shoot to kill, not to arm. But something told me, do not hurt anyone. And, when you hurt someone, that karma comes back on your own head. And all the experiences I've had, although I'm carrying this gun full of rounds, the ego is very high. A lot of people with ego have killed so many other people. And I witnessed this. But I had so many opportunities to take out a person under extreme conditions. But something said to me not to do so. Leave it to the divine. So one day this was before I was in Giyar. I asked a pastor, why do we have to carry this gun here when there's no need to carry this gun? So many people are being hurt and with their own gun, shooting themselves accidentally. So he said to me, just leave it to the Father. I asked him, who's the Father? Jesus? He said, no, Jesus is Father. Then I realized, if he could say this, which means there is a God. And this is why I started that search. So, they're saying, Shiv Baba teaches us about the law of karma, that he does not interfere in anyone's karma. We create our own fortune according to our own vision in life and what we want to persevere in. And this is very, very important, because people think God creates suffering. God creates this world of sorrow. No, no, no. This is why here in Bharat, there is 12 Jyoti Lingams to him spread out in Bharat. The one where a temple is built to, it means that he has done something good for the whole wide world. Because Bharat gives to the whole wide world and people do not know this. So, the giver of happiness, the bestower of happiness, the remover of sorrow is God Shiva, the creator who takes birth in Bharat. And the one who is not praised, the one who gives you sorrow, is the one that is burnt every year.